With the addition of Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel's Swiss Army knife playmaking abilities, the San Francisco 49ers look poised to challenge the rest of the NFL the rest of the way.
Perfect.
So first things first, Kyle Shanahan and GM John Lynch have put together an incredibly well-functioning team, honestly. A well-functioning squad, a machine, whatever you want to call it. The San Francisco 49ers, with the insertion of Christian McCaffrey at his full potential and ability, looks like the San Francisco 49ers finally figured out and put together that secret formula, got that cog in the machine to get things working and running just so smooth, just so right, because the San Francisco 49ers right now, coming out of this bye week after a huge win over the in-division Los Angeles Rams, look poised to dominate the rest of the NFL the rest of the way. The 49ers last season, going into the playoffs, were looking like a team a lot of people were predicting wasn't going to make it super far, but they surprised people and made it pretty deep into the NFL playoffs, losing only to the eventual Super Bowl champion, those Los Angeles Rams. However, this season, with the addition of once again, Christian McCaffrey, he happens to just be, in my opinion, the super talented, super dynamic, incredibly athletic running back that Kyle Shanahan has to have been salivating over for a number of years to work within his run-first and run-centric offense. And around Christian McCaffrey, of course, you've got some incredibly talented playmakers in Deebo Samuel, who last year was able to walk in and play some running back, and an incredibly tough runner who's also a very solid wide receiver. Both of those guys working in tandem with elite level receiving skills, elite level vision and running ability. And then on top of that, you add in one of the better tight ends in the entire NFL, George Kittle, a super athlete in his own right, and then a very solid, very strong offensive line that is built to destroy opposing defenses in the running game. And to be completely honest, a pretty steady quarterback in Jimmy Garoppolo, who, in my personal opinion, is not going to lose these San Francisco 49ers games. If they're asking him to game manage, hand the ball off 40 times a game, and if that's going to win, Jimmy Garoppolo is going to absolutely do that for your organization. But stepping away from just the offense, looking at these San Francisco 49ers, who are ranked 6th in the entire NFL in points allowed per game, averaging just over 18 points per game so far this season. They are also the number 1 defense in the entire NFL in yards allowed per game, and most notably, rushing yards allowed per game, leading the entire NFL right now, and bringing the heat and pressuring quarterbacks and causing turnovers and playing incredibly sound, incredibly smart and aware defense under defensive coordinator and former NFL linebacker DeMeco Ryans. So, what do the San Francisco 49ers have right now? An incredibly dynamic offense, a coach that knows how to win in the playoffs and hasn't won the big one quite yet, but knows how to win in the playoffs, and a very strong, very fast, very smart defense. In my eyes, that is going to be a huge and perfect formula for not only regular season success going down the stretch, but also playoff success going down the stretch. And maybe you're thinking, well, Tristan, maybe you're just being a little bit, ambitious with these 49ers. Maybe you think, the 49ers are a little bit more talk and a little less potential than maybe I do. Well, let me also point out something else. The San Francisco 49ers, at least for the remainder of the season, as it stands right now, are only playing 3 teams with an above 500 record the rest of the way. The Seattle Seahawks, the Los Angeles Chargers, and if I'm not mistaken, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And again, that's if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that. However, those are the 3 toughest. No, wait, not the Buccaneers. They're playing somebody else, but they only have 3 really tough matchups, I suppose, the rest of the way, that are above 500. So these San Francisco 49ers have, again, 3 tough games, an incredibly strong offense, incredibly strong defense, really good coaching, and pretty solid special teams as far as I understand as well. So in a nutshell, again, I think the 49ers right now, even at 4-4, just sitting at 500, are really ready to hit their stride and can be huge players the rest of the way this NFL season. So 49er talk out of the way, it's time to move on to our second segment of the video of every week. It's going to be our fantasy picks of this week. And this week, I'm hopping on the Justin Fields train, going up against the Detroit Lions, who rank near the bottom 5 in the NFL, and at least in fantasy terms, against opposing quarterbacks. Justin Fields right now has been on a tear, putting up 20 or more points these last 3 weeks. He has found his stride within the offense, or the offense has figured out how to really utilize Justin Fields, has been able to put up absurd rushing numbers. If I'm not mistaken, he set an NFL record the last game with the most rushing yards in a single game by a quarterback. It was over 170. Justin Fields went off utilizing his legs. So right now, I'm riding the Justin Fields wave. I think Justin Fields is in store for another big performance against the division rival Detroit Lions. Whether they win or not, I think Justin Fields is, again, just finally hitting his stride. They're opening up the offense to tailor to what he does best, utilizing his legs to open up the passing game and then kill opposing defenses with some, well, improvised passing maneuvers. The second player up is going to be Josh Palmer, wide receiver for the Los Angeles Chargers. They're going up against the San Francisco 49ers this week. And you might say, well, Tristan, this is a little bit late. He had a really good game this past week, and that's what I'm pretty much banking on. I think they're going to be using Palmer moving forward for sure, but with the fluctuating health situation, especially surrounding wide receiver Keenan Allen for these Chargers, and then Mike Williams as well, it looks like Josh Palmer is going to get a lot more love within this offense, as Keenan Allen, as far as all the reports I've seen have shown, just hasn't been able to quite overcome that hamstring injury. He's only played in 2 games so far this season. Even coming off of a bye week, it looks like the Los Angeles Chargers are still just not seeing the progress that they were hoping for Keenan Allen. So I think Josh Palmer, going into this week even, is going to be a great stash, and in a pinch, I think he could be a very solid wide receiver option for you. And the final pick I have for this week is going to be Wan'Dale Robinson of the New York Giants, wide receiver. They're going up against the Houston Texans this week, coming out of their bye. Robinson has been targeted quite frequently these last few weeks, or at least the last few games within the Giants offense. I think he's going to be utilized a lot more, considering that the Giants receiving core doesn't really have a true number 1 wide receiver, but the rookie wide receiver in Wan'Dale Robinson has been standing out to a lot of reporters, has had a couple of very solid games, and I expect them to be utilizing Robinson a lot more down the stretch, as Brian Daboll just looks for pure playmakers. If Robinson is finding himself open, they're going to be trying to get the ball to him even more so. So Robinson, maybe not a start this week, but he could very well be a solid stash for the remainder of the season. Give him a shot, see what he's got. And let's move into our final segment of the video. It's time for our Week 10 picks. Starting things off, Thursday Night Football, the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Carolina Panthers. Panthers right now absolutely abysmal on the offense, just got trounced by the Bengals. I'm going to go with the Atlanta Falcons right now, who are fighting for first place in the NFC South. Moving into the Sunday window, Seattle Seahawks taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This one looks like it's going to be a good one, but give me the Seattle Seahawks in this one. They just looked a lot more consistent on offense. Geno Smith is balling out, leading the NFL in completion percentage. So I'm going to go with the hot hand in this one, but you never count out the go. I think this could very well be a very good, very solid performance by both of these teams. Kenneth Walker, though, he's playing really, really well. Happy to see that kid thriving. Minnesota Vikings at 7-1, taking on the Buffalo Bills at 6-2. Josh Allen dealing with a bit of an elbow issue. As of the recording of this video, still kind of up in the air what that situation is going to be heading into this matchup. I'm going to play things safe. I'm going to go with the Minnesota Vikings. I think the Vikings, I had kind of a feeling the Vikings might have won this game going into it, but I'm going to take the Vikings. They're playing really, really well right now. Kirk Cousins is on something else right now as well. And then the Detroit Lions taking on the Chicago Bears. I think, again, Justin Fields, he's on a hot streak right now. I'm going to stick with him. Give me the Chicago Bears in that one. The Denver Broncos taking on the Tennessee Titans. Give me the Tennessee Titans in that one. The Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Kansas City Chiefs at 6-2. Give me the Chiefs. Cleveland Browns going into Miami to take on the Dolphins, excuse me. Give me the upset in this one. Give me the Cleveland Browns. I think Stefanski and that defense are going to be a lot to handle. And then Houston Texans, New York Giants. Give me the 6-2 New York Giants coming out of their bye week. New Orleans Saints taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Give me the New Orleans Saints. Their offense has just looked better than what Pittsburgh has been able to do. Give me The Indianapolis Colts next versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Give me the Raiders. I just don't like picking backup quarterbacks unless they can start to prove something. Last week, Indianapolis absolutely got shut down by the Patriots. Give me the Raiders, even though they've been pretty inconsistent this season. Dallas Cowboys going into Green Bay to take on the Packers. Give me the Dallas Cowboys. That defense is going to be all over the backfield against Aaron Rodgers. Arizona Cardinals taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Big division matchup. Give me the Cardinals in this one, who right now I think are playing better offense than the Rams. Sunday Night Football, the Chargers taking on the 49ers. Give me the 49ers in this one. They're a little bit healthier, and that offense, man, just super dynamic. And then Monday Night Football, the Washington Commanders taking on the undefeated Philadelphia Eagles coming out of their bye week, if I'm not mistaken. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles in that matchup. Then, finally, your bye week teams for Week 10 are the Cincinnati Bengals, the New England Patriots, New York Jets, and the Baltimore Ravens. And thank you so much for watching the video. Of course, feel free to stick around and watch some more content. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and of course, get the bell on to know every single time I'm dropping a video. My name is Tristan Blake Rines. I'll catch you in the next one. Adios.